happy with us here on Fox League for the very first game of the brand new season. It is the EELS hosting this game at Combank Stadium. Can Parramatta hold their edge over Melbourne? They've beaten them on the last 3 occasions at Combank. All can the Storm keep their incredible round 1 record intact. They haven't lost a round 1 game of the season since 2001. Let's recap all the team news now. Greg Alexander, how do they line up tonight?
Jess, there's some new faces in this Parramatta lineup, but at the back it's the same. Clint Gutherson, skipper, and in the number 1, Mike Acevo on the wing, along with Isaac Loomy, who comes in for the injured Bailey Sorensen. The halves, Dylan Brown and Mitch Moses. Regan Campbell, Gillard, and Junior Morwell up front. Josh Hodgson, first time in a EELS jumper tonight in the NRL. Cartwright, Drury, and Hopwood are the back rowers. Nick Benny at fullback, Warren and Xavier Catt's got some big winners, the Melbourne Storm players, and certainly the kicking games of both Hughes and Munster, who are in halves, Aston Solomona and Christian Walsh up front, Harry Grant, the hooker, the back rowers, Nero, Katoa, and King.
Let's take a look at our key player matchup. It is the big boys up front. Gordon Taylor's Junior Power and Nathan Asafa Solomona. How do they match up tonight? And what's the key to stopping them?
Okay, boys. The first round of the year. Let's go. I forgot. But if you guys did, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Welcome to giving for the stream. We got a double header tomorrow. And then we have a triple header, I think. Triple header. Yeah, pretty sure we have a triple header on Saturday. And 2 header on Sunday. Unless we only have 2 games on Saturday.
The other side of the Melbourne Storm, I like the yin and the yang. Nelson and Christian. Nelson, just give me the ball, cut forward, skill defenders, and Christian's got a little bit of late footwork and that very late offload, so they can complement one another, but the physicality takes.
I'm pretty sure we have. I have no idea.
So very versatile, great front row. Look at the size of it, very athletic. Oh no, look at that. Just had to take it.
I think underestimated how much Melbourne Storm missed Roger Walsh last year.
Yes.
And he's a quality front row. And gets through plenty of work too. He does all those 40 you mentioned. The 1%ers that he does around the ruck, he's a very smart, big man. You don't often get that. Nelson will be offloading the ball at will. Every time he gets it, he'll try and push the ball out. So Parramatta will be aware of that, Jess, and try and shut it down, but it is a great battle up front too.
So many new faces across the team. 9 players from that grand final team for the EELS are named in this side tonight. And Brad Arthur said this week he's actually not sure what their best combination is. So what does that mean for tonight? The starting point, how long is he going to need to work that out?
Not NRL season, you can win the game on swing steps, kicking well and defending well for long periods, because sometimes the opposition can be clunky with the ball in hand. That's because of lack of combination. So both these teams will be quite conservative to start. If we're going to break up the game, whoever's done the work in the pre-season with the combination will work. And you think about the back row, both teams have brand new back rows basically. Now, the combination for a back row is that with their halves, because the back row is the one that hits the straight line. So we'll see tonight who's done the work, because the combination of Liero and Qatar with Munster and Hughes will be strong, but on the other side, what's Cartwright and Drury look like with the dynamic halves of Parramatta?
Yeah, and these blokes are fighting for spots because they know what's coming back in. They know what's on the sidelines injured. Lane and also Madison to come back in. So the likes of Cartwright and Drury fighting to stay in 17 or even stay in the starting team. And also the Melbourne Storm back roles. They know Tarek Sims unavailable tonight. So these blokes are playing for their chances, not just tonight, but in the future.
They want to set the tone for the season ahead. Gordy, who wins this one tonight and why?
I'm going to go on a little. When I say Parramatta, I just think the recent form. You know, like I know all the stats about Melbourne Storm, but it's not the Melbourne Storm that we've had in the last 20 years that have won all those, you know, round 1 games. And I think where Parramatta finished, the record
their recent record over Melbourne Storm, I think they'd be really confident.
Yeah, I was just looking at where the Eels might, or Melbourne Storm might target the Eels. Now, Loomy, former Melbourne Storm winger, Xavier Coates and Will Warbrick. Warbrick's 6'5", and so is Xavier Coates. I can see the Melbourne Storm, and even Micah, who's not great at getting off the ground. That's a big play tonight. The crossfield kick from Hughes, who has an underestimated, accurate attacking kick. I think that's where and possibly, Wade Melbourne come up with some points.
Yeah, it's a trigger to Melbourne Storm forever, but the other part to Parramatta is they made a grand final being the 7th best defensive team. I think that's an area they really need to address, and it's their edge defence. They've got some different changes with Loomy there, but back rolls are crucial to that performance part 2 defensively. So a little bit worried about Eels' defence. Can it hold up for long periods of time to stop the Melbourne Storm? So I think Melbourne Storm get the job done tonight. I think off the back of their disappointing loss on the finals, Cameron Munster spoke about in the interview, what's going on with the players. I think they need that.
I'll do that, man.
I just can't go past the firepower of Grant Munster and use up against Parramatta's defence from last year. I think that's where it's going on.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I just think that those three, the three big guns, half 5'8" Norgren from Melbourne, get them. And I think the rest of the Melbourne Storm team can do the job required of them to allow those players to have enough opportunities to get them the points. And but it like most of the games this round, they're very hard to pick a winner. It is a toss the coin, but I think Melbourne just get it done.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be a belter tonight. There are some demons from last season that both teams want to shake off here at Combat Stadium. Rugby League is back, baby, and kickoff is next right here on Fox League. Stay with us. It is the Eels and the Storm for Game 1 of 2023.
Say hello to your new mobile at Harvey Norman. Save $100 on the Nokia G65G, now just $448. Save $150 on the Samsung Galaxy A33 5G, now awesome value. Pre-order the new Oppo Find N2 Flip now and get a bonus $150 gift card. A perfect fit for your pocket. Hurry, pre-order ends 15th of March. Say hello to the best range in mobiles now at Harvey Norman. This is the banker. He saved $357 when he switched his car insurance to UE.
The savings I got from UE, I was really happy with that.
The banker is an IT specialist, so he knows the value of a good website.
The UE website is both user-friendly and easy to navigate. I could find out what I wanted very quickly. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Why not give UE a try? Maybe you'll save like the banker did. UE. You insured. Hearty, crispy, juicy chicken McNuggets are delicious with friends. But together with tangy Cajun sauce, that's for close friends only.
This is your chance. To keep her alive. Say who you can say.
You've gotten this far, and you know it's out there.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
The Last of Us, Mondays 8:30 on Fox Showcase or watch on demand.
It's time to race in MotoGP. Race off the position. Who will strike gold? Who will sit on the throne? Well, it's called the horsepower rodeo. Ride it, cowboy.
From October until March, we wait. The year turns and the days grow longer, the sun hotter, January fades and February comes. And all of a sudden, we're here again. Life takes on new meaning. The working week more tolerable. We're at its end, there's hope, there's comfort, there's the guarantee of spectacle, the win of a loss, another brick in the path of every team's destiny. A side looking to enter sporting folklore as one of the greatest ever, a three-peat within grasp, and that hasn't happened since Gibbo, since Big Jack's mighty heels of the 80s. And then, of course, there's these new guys, Team 17, Wayne Bennett's Dolphins. First up Thursday, live from 6:30, it's the Eels and the Storm. Two sides who genuinely dislike one another. Poles apart, but with the very same ambition. Friday, live at 5, the Warriors. They're back in New Zealand, gearing up for the Newcastle Knights. And then look out, here they come again. The high-flying premiers, the Penrith Panthers, versus the Brisbane Broncos. Building back to their best. Super Saturday. How we've missed our exclusive Super Saturdays. What a lineup to kick off the 2023 edition. Beginning with the Seagulls and the Bulldogs. Both full of fresh hope, new coaches, and bold personalities. 5:30 is the Cowboys and the Reds. Both Fox League favourites, with forward packs ready to rock town. 7:30 Super Saturday, live, the showstopper, the main event. The Cronulla Sutherland Sharks and the pride of Redfern. The one and only South Sydney Rabbitohs. Glorious. Sunday, the double header. Launching at 4 with these Tabooing Dolphins. Facing the Sydney Roosters no less. One team born in 2023, propped up by hard men and high hope. The other going way back to 1908, backed by history and heroics. Finally, Sunday at 6, it's the West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans. So much promise and pressure to boot. Yeah, it's on again. 27 rounds plus the finals. The hope, the comfort, the destiny. We are back. And no matter where you're from or where you're going, we've got you covered. Every game, every round, live and at free play. You don't get that anywhere else. Best
set up for the season. Hello everyone, Combank Stadium, the venue for game number 1. Let me put it this way. We've got your next 7 months, your next 31 weeks, weekends all sorted. Right here on Fox League, all the games, and it's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be in our position to present to you what we believe is the best sport on the planet. It's Parramatta and Melbourne first up. A couple of heavyweights. Andrew Voss, Michael Ennis, Lara Pitt in commentary tonight. There are so many questions going into the season. And Michael Ennis, it's going to take us 7 months to find the answers.
Yeah, it certainly will. Looking forward to tonight just as much as you are. Doing it in a funny way. I don't know why it happens, but the game week rolls around. Week 1, we're playing for keeps. And I still get nervous. I still get nervous ahead into what's like tonight. How good. It's just in the blood, but to see these 2 heavyweights, as you said, so many changes in these sides makes this battle so intriguing, but we still have so much class. The halves pairing tonight. Grant and Hodgson out of dummy half of their respective sides. And some young superstars on the rise. It's got it all again tonight.
Parramatta, 1 win from absolute glory last year. But the fact of the matter, the drought continues. Yeah. When will that next premiership happen? It'd be great to make a big statement. First item for Melbourne. Well, King Bellamy is still on the throne, but a lot of princes have left the palace in the off-season to lose the likes of the Bromwich brothers and Kafusi and Brandon Smith. They have to write their own bit of history now. Some newcomers to this team around what is a big 3 tonight. In Munster, Hughes and Grant. No Pappenhausen, of course, but they are still a side to be thinking.
No, aren't they ever? 791 games of experience, you mentioned, gone. You know, and that back row, it looks so different. What an opportunity for someone like Eli Katoa. Breaks onto the scene for the Warriors as a big, powerful each-back rower. Comes across the ditch to the Melbourne Storm. The hard-working fabric. You think of when Isaiah Papali'i came over from the Warriors to Parramatta. I think at the end of this season, we're going to be talking about Katoa and just saying, well, I think he's got the possibility to really establish himself as a powerful left-back rower in this competition. That man there before we saw Christian Welch. Massive inclusion for Melbourne.
Let's wish him all the best. Injury-free this year. Just the one appearance last year was round 1 when he was injured. Gutho was ready. Clint Gutherson to lead out the Parramatta Eels. They have the big 3 of their own. Gutherson at the back. Brown and Moses in the halves. It's a different looking forward back for them than they fell into the grand final last year. Home sweet home to start the season is. And the venue, they have beaten Melbourne their last 3 times they have played it.
Yeah, they've had a great record, haven't they, against the Storm. Jermaine Hopgood there, coming over from the Panthers, gets his opportunity tonight in the number 13 jersey. No Ryan Madison, who's not there. A wonderful young player. I think he's on the up and up. Craig Bellamy mentioned him a couple of times, so plenty of respect from the opposition coach. Hodgson, what a night for Josh Hodgson. He's been a stalwart, been a spark at the Raiders. Missed last year, gets an opportunity at Parramatta. And all eyes there, Mitchy Moses. He's got some stats here, right here.
Sure do. Alrighty, all the off-season training now, it's been done. You've checked out the sides in the pre-season challenge right here on Fox League. But now we play for keeps. I'm on the roller coaster, folks. The season is underway, 2023. And Melbourne, their captain for the first run of the match. Eels and Storm on a Thursday night here on Fox League, and those 3 wins by Parramatta at this ground. Previously, they've all been at Combank. So they have a streak going. Big Nelson with his hit up over the 20-metre line. 4 defenders in, 1 falls off. He hasn't got any smaller in the off-season. Nelson got through the second run of the set. And Matt Drury is up there wearing the number 12 for Parramatta. It's an interesting back row. Hopwood, Drury, Cartwright from where they were at last year. Hughes for the first kick from inside the 40. And at the back, one of the crowd favourites in my gazebo. Usually think the top try scorer of the season. He would have to be in the conversation.
in on a start for the Melbourne Storm early. Came out of the barriers and they've just got blinkers on. Just straight down the middle of the field. Power running. Hughes on the back of a nice long kick. They do the early season fundamentals so well, the Melbourne Storm.
One win, one loss in the pre-season challenge. Win over the Roosters, Melbourne. Then a loss to the Roosters and a win over the Warriors. Done with that win over Newcastle. That was line ball, and then Moses short. So the Eels, 9 minutes inside the Melbourne half. Hodgson, that wasn't the tiniest service either for Moses. At the back is beating Michael, former top rate that you were. With all the experience in the world, Hodgson would still have to be nervous today.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's missed plenty of footy over the last couple of seasons with those knee injuries. And 80 minutes over the 2-week period through the trials, there's nothing like round one in the intensity, particularly when you come up against a side like Melbourne. And combinations are going to take a little while.
Mopping up on the left-hand side there. And now Munster is going close to the sideline. He offloaded it. It's intercepted. Hodgson is there.
But he can find a one-on-one strip Hodgson, and he's picked him straight away. 2.5 minutes into the contest, starting the season, Hodgson's found his first one-on-one strip.
Well, in terms of ball stripping abilities, they're on the Olympic dais, those two, Munster and Hodgson. They are immortals of the skill, of the art. So this is a bit of a chance for Parramatta. 5 minutes inside the Melbourne half. And it is Durham playing the ball. And now Campbell Gillard. Welch was up quickly to get his man. There was a little sort of leg lock there with Arthur Solomona. Hodgson, Hopwood, feeding along. Moses! Put down by Brown. That's a disappointment. But the referee's whistle has blown. And Clyde have played an advantage there. Moses has copped it.
Yeah, late shot it was on Mitchell Moses. He's not happy about it either. Pass is a little clunky. That was wobbly from Hodgson. That one not finding the mark from Hopgood. And then on the inside, it was Katoa that just greased Moses late in the back. And it's a fair penalty in my opinion. They survived Parramatta. It was a cheap turnover. Brown that turned the ball over. And things just a little bit clunky for Parramatta at the moment.
Katoa goes on report, the former Warrior. So we're off and running, and a little bit of controversy. Melbourne fans will be debating the merits of the penalty, but what it has done is open the opportunity for first points of the season. The Parramatta faithful are in. It's a brilliant stadium. It's still shiny and new, Combank.
Andrew, just going back to your point about Hodgson, it's going to be fascinating just to see how Parramatta evolved throughout the year, because Marnie's service from dummy half was long and direct and often got Brown and Moses instantly to where they want to get to on the field of attack, whereas Hodgson's more crafty around the ruck. I think it'll take a little bit of time to get going.
So first kick of the season, first points of the season. So the Parramatta Eels, they lead the Storm 2-0 Thursday night here on Fox League. And their sideline duties tonight with Lara Pitt soaking up the atmosphere. Welcome back, Lara.
Well, it's great to be back here on the sideline, Mossy, at Combank Stadium. A very hot and humid afternoon here in Sydney's West Midland. It has cooled off somewhat at 23 degrees, but still very still. The Eels certainly enjoyed, you mentioned, this home ground advantage, and they certainly came straight into this contest off the back of that early steal from Josh Hodgson.
Overall, in the head 42 times they've met the Eels and the Storm. Parramatta 18 wins, the Storm 24, but Parramatta on this run at the moment. They have the best record against the Storm of anyone in recent times. Now Campbell Gillard reps back in from the kick-off. Lodge was there, King was there. Now for Cartwright, only averaged 90 minutes a game in his appearances last year. That's why it's a little light on his back row for NRL game time. Hopwood, Dury, Cartwright, Hodgson to the right side. Dury has worked hard early.
Good carry there, Dury.
Hodgson again, it's very flat, he's right to left pass, but we'll leave that to the expert in Michael Ennis to break down. Quick play the ball, sets up the kick for Moses. Nice and high. Fair bit of pressure out there to start the season. With a couple of teams that are different on paper than last year. Small, Big Beanie. He needs to step up. He's second year at the club. Big Beanie. No Pappenhausen, and that'll be the case for a while. Still on Morbury, isn't he? Solid little Morbury. Telling his story to the pre-season challenge. A lot of people have got him in their Supercoach side as a cheeky with Morbury. On the wing for Melbourne. Kick in from inside the 40. Grant's got it away. Not the angle. Jefferson with it for Parramatta.
They look at the change of here from Jerome Hughes. Reacted as soon as Harry Grant got some momentum at the ruck and off with the kick. Watching Parramatta, I think if there was any last year was defensively. And early on their line speed, you can tell they've done plenty of work over the summer. As Luby carries coming into the lead for the get through.
Isaac Luby. Melbourne know about his talents. He's played 6 games for them. NRL last year and an empty side of penalty.
That's a great carry. Look at the response here from the Parramatta players. They rely so much on your outside backs this time of the year, getting in and robbing out the middle forwards and starting gaps for air. And just look at Luby get shrugged off Grant. He got rid of well. Really good strength from Luby.
Now we're presented with the best attacking opportunity of the match so far. Parramatta inside the Melbourne 30-metre zone. And on the back, 2 penalties received so far. Campbell Gillard for Hodgson for Moses. Jefferson was lurking. Jury took the charge. Well, he has slotted in brilliantly to the Eels back row so far. Slotted the play the ball down was Munster. Hodgson for Hopgood, Barlow, Moses, lovely hands, Parramatta, Brownlows were descended, Sebo kept it alive. Good scramble, Melbourne. Sebo scores 9 times out of 10 there. Tackle count has restarted. Eels with Moses. Oh, they really mixed it up there, the right to left. The offload from Barlow. Now it's on the right-hand side. Penasini, where Isaac Luby. He punches the padding, Isaac, and knows that he wasn't quite able to get there.
Yeah, not pulling any punches, are they, the Parramatta side? What about the skill of the middle forwards through the middle? Offloading, short passes, and creating chances on the edges. And great work in Xavier Coates, just protecting his space. As Munster carries one through the middle.
This try-saving play on the both sides of the field from Melbourne.
I think they do so well for Parramatta, isn't it? Where they just go shot to shot, both sides from the field or a threat. They move the ball so quickly through the middle.
Tyler on that carry. 46 games this time with the Warriors. Grant gets them rolling again. Renda Smith, there's another player back from serious injury last year. Just the 9 matches. Welch is with it.
Blood streaming there for the eye of Hopgood.
5 minutes inside the Parramatta half. It's time to swing left. Quick hands this time. Ready to Coates is on his way. Xavier Coates. Kick back in field. Needs the bounce. Doesn't kick the bounce. Just a little heavy. But it's good quality stuff from Melbourne.
How good is it, both sides? The skill on show early. Excellent. The edges under pressure from both sides.
Coates all done at full flight there. There's another one in the conversation for leading try scorer this year, Xavier Coates. Jefferson to play here. Hodgson. Now Campbell Gillard. Back up to halfway. Back from the World Cup. Regan Campbell Gillard. Number of players out there in the same boat. Gee, Hodgson right to left. What is going on there, Mike?
Really flat.
No problems left to right. No more, Moses. That's almost lights out stuff. That's the Solomona. racing up out of the line. Squashed him. Now Brown's kick. And they've got to cover it back. A whole lot of pressure there. It's hardly on the third kind, was it? Parramatta.
Yeah, there's a couple of non-negotiables from the Melbourne Storm that you can see evident as Craig Bellamy is absolutely blowing up early, but their kick chase has been exceptional and their focus to put pressure on the Parramatta kickers has been first class.
And now Melbourne will have their first penalty of the night. We get our first glimpse of Craig Bellamy a little heated. The footy sticks at the back. It's heartwarming. Pins in the heart to see Bellamy blow up. Brad Arthur with his customary 17 bottles of all that. Yes, the season is back. Normal transmission has been resumed. Craig Bellamy will turn 64 in October. And yet he finds himself 9 years the junior of what, Bennett and Tim Sheens. Amazing, isn't it? He's talking about it this game last year. Go on, Craig, for another decade. He's king up to halfway. Harry Grant, Welch. Arsenal is solid, but enough. He looks fit. Looking for the quick play the ball, and he's mucked it up. And this is something that we were told by the referees going into the season. The onus is on the attacker. If you're going for the quick play the ball, if you plant the ball on the ground and something goes awry, it's your fault.
Yeah, this was the play earlier. Just watch the ball movement and skill. Quick hands from Parramatta. It is outstanding in round one. Subo did well to keep it back here. This is the play the ball error from Asper Solomon, fighting, squirming, just trying to get to his feet too quickly, and actually Klein having none of it.
Just to clarify that, they have addressed all the teams in the competition, and the ball plan is the area of most concern. It is your responsibility. If you're looking for a big ball plan and the ball gets knocked away, infringement's against you. Unless, of course, it says deliberately reached away, but if there's a knock, you don't hang on to it, you just saw the consequence. Parramatta on halfway. Just a few rule tweaks this year, not necessarily new rules. And we'll explain them as we run through. Parramatta in the Melbourne half again. They've had slightly the better of third position. Campbell Gillard. Grant comes a knock to the knee there. He's limping. Now Hopgood, advantage. Moses and Brown. Backward forward on the outside of the plate. Position to put an attacking kick in on the end here. Brown. Dudabalo. Outstanding last year was World Cup final at Old Trafford. What a thrill. Hodgson, Checker's got them on the run. And Meany saves the day. Blake almost the first try scorer of the year.
He's looked terrific, Josh Hodgson. I know a couple of passes have been extremely line ball, but just his movements around the ground and how active he's been out of dummy half. He's really started to settle into this Parramatta side after a little bumpy trial period, but he's just such a classy player and already started.
Oh dang it, what's up guys? Yeah, I can't believe it, first time of the year. Who's hyped for the whole weekend of footy? Let me know who's hyped for the whole weekend of footy.
Well done, Cam Munster. Well done, Melbourne. I'm loving this 15 minutes. Ebb and flow of game one. Leave it up, fellas. 31 weeks.
You got 7 months in you.
Well, with the ball. Able to offload. Brandon's put a 10. That was sloppy. No advantage taken by Melbourne, really, after the line dropout.
Yeah, a couple of errors now for the Melbourne Storm, and fatigue just starting to find its way into the game, and possession mounting for the Parramatta side, and it is taking its toll on the players and the coach.
I said 64 in October, he's feeling 84.
That's the danger when you play a side like Parramatta that relies so much on their offloads, that you can get drawn into that type of football. And that's not how Melbourne play the early parts of the season. They're always conservative, they back their defence, and they bank competition points by winning often with low scores.
So from the scrum, Moses puts it up again. Brown to the right side. Oh, good shot there. Young Tonamapia in defence for Melbourne. But that is play one. Now Pedersini, Gutherson, switch of play, Dury another hit up. That's his fourth for the night. Campbell Gillard leading the way with half a dozen so far. Hodgson, Campbell Gillard, set for his start, Hopgood. Able to offload as well. Hodgson, Campbell Gillard. Back runners so far doing the job for Parramatta. Hodgson will show the ball. Barlow does the 180. Already had a crushing tackle there. Play the ball 5 minutes out to the left side. Moses and Brown. Beautiful ball. Seabo's got the first of the year. Micah Seabo is called forward. What did you think?
Yeah, I think there's been a number of line ball passes that they've got away with Parramatta. And again, it's that combination where Moses swings with Brown down that left-hand side. We saw it last year. He throws it, and it looks forward touchy right on the spot. I'm happy with that. It was beautiful vision from Dylan Brown, who's trying to back up what was a stellar season for him last year. And seeing Seabo just sitting out there with space, he had to go to him. Melbourne survived.
So we are happy with the call. Henderson running the line as Tonamapea kicks through a hole there. And then earns a penalty as well. Gutherson with a bit of back chat, but they don't get to make the referee change his decision.
And it's exactly what the Melbourne Storm needed. Dodged the bullet on the pass for Brown, but went forward to Seabo. And a penalty on play one. Great carry from Tom McCready. Now Storm just take a deep breath, get themselves up towards the halfway line with a chance to win back field position.
Nelson on another run. So play one on halfway. Harry Grant was a huge crowd favourite at the World Cup. Love to have him over there in the Super League. I think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think it's most impressive for the Kangaroos. Now Munster meeting Tonamapea. Now 30 years of age, back in the NRL last year. Munster to centre field. Justin on the sideline tonight with that fractured arm. Suffered pre-season. Ran to the right. Hughes no step. Hopgood was waiting. This is the first test of the Parramatta defence. Now Grant's last tackle. Welch just goes crash play at the line. The Parramatta former blue and gold wall.
There's a couple of times now Melbourne are setting up on the right-hand side of the field and sending all their attack out to the left, targeting that right-hand side that had its challenges last year from Parramatta defensively. And Harry Grant there just looking for his middle forward. Welch turning the ball over a metre out from the Parramatta goal line. Parramatta now under pressure.
19 and a half minutes gone. Just the Moses penalty goal so far. Parramatta with the ball. Alien Redders out from their own line. Gutherson's had a fair bit. He's in the ear of Ash Clyde early. Made by Jerome Hughes. There's another one. It's the start of the World Cup in New Zealand. Hughes, an ankle tapping tackle there on Campbell Gillard. This time, Hopgood.
Been tidy, Hopgood, hasn't he? Been very good.
He's with a bang at Penrith on grand final day at the state championship final. A couple of tries, man of the match in the win over the North Devils. Meany back for Melbourne. Finch's first here. Parramatta have had a couple of close calls. Seabo could have just about had a double with chances in the corner. Hughes on. Warbrick spun the ground there. He looks a likely lad, Will Warbrick. We saw it in the pre-season challenge. I think the word barnstorming sort of comes to mind. The ball cleaned up, Hopgood over the top by Harry Grant. Back for Munster. Bob of a spiral kind and Looby. Good take. Set the feet. Got his balance together. Parramatta back with the ball.
Yeah, this is good now. Game starting to find some rhythm. Both sides trading sets. Now we're going to see some fatigue. We're going to see guys like Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes, Mitch Moses, Gutterson starting to have an impact on this contest. Let's get Gillan Brown running the ball.
Gutterson. Screen is made by the Parramatta fullback there. Terrific season. And a try scorer in the grand final to Gutterson. Now, Cartwright. Hodgson, in a couple of lines there. Moses gets the kick away. We highlighted in our pre-match show, he nailed a 20-40. And that's tonight's the pre-season challenge. Wonder if he'd have the daring to try that tonight. But it's kicking Arsenal, Mitchell Moses.
He's right in the mood tonight, Cameron Munster. He was lively in his interview before the game and started tremendously. I get the feeling it's his night tonight, Munster.
Set restart for Melbourne, and they are 10 metres inside the Parramatta half. So, Grant, right, Welch drops the shoulder as he gets to the defence, pops up the offload, asks for Solomona. Battle of the offloaders tonight, Nelson and Christian, and Junior Barlow. Hughes, Munster, overlap there, left Beattie and Tonopea. Taken down, in the tackle, the Penasini. Melbourne, 15 metres away from the line. Munster on 1B. Then Christian Welsh again with a run. Another offload. King now with it for Melbourne. Another offload, Melbourne. Grant's got the ball. Kicks for the corner. Sino has it covered. And takes no chances whatsoever.
Well, two repeat sets tonight, and both coming in the way of the dummy halves. This time it was Harry Grant for the Melbourne Storm. Just scheming across field, saw that Brown was up out of the line and Blake caught infield. And just a chance to build some pressure, dribble the ball into the in goal. And just maintain possession. Smart play. He's a classy player, isn't he, Harry Grant?
Thursday night on Fox League, we've seen 9 offloads already. 5 from Melbourne, 4 from the Eels. Short drop down, Parramatta, they've got it back. It is now in the game forevermore, the short drop out. The deeds of Penrith, 91 grand final with Gamble went short.
A couple of seasons ago, I think it was Jim Dimmick, an assistant coach for Des Hasler at the Bulldogs, where it was floated, the idea, and they went with it, and they just persisted and persisted, and other sides that perfected it, and it has become quite the weapon.
Pretty sure you'll see tomorrow night too. We'll have our first Friday night doubleheader, but Nathan Cleary, he's an absolute made an artful moment. Head right away the Broncos tomorrow night.
Low flat punch from Cleary.
And tomorrow night, exclusive to Fox League, you'll see the Warriors in Wellington against the Newcastle Knights. And we send our best wishes to our New Zealand audience tonight. It's pretty tough times for a lot of people there. A lot of clean-up work going on. One of the 2 cyclones have swept over the country is now Welch. I think Flat's the new forward.
Is it? Yeah,
23. The new slightly forward of what we've seen so far. Ball planted. They get the quick play the ball that time. Buster's going to kick. Tonopea. Coates getting through. And again, the ball wins the race.
They're having no luck with the bounce, are they, the Melbourne Storm? Particularly towards Xavier Coates' side. Munster, yeah, he likes it. He's having fun, he's back. And it just lands on the top of his point, runs into that corner. Gumperson's effort there. He's very impressive early, the Parramatta captain. The line-speed contact from Jermaine Hopwood. Talk about taking your opportunity. No Ryan Madison tonight. Sean Lane out with a facial fracture. Half the league's gone.
Jackson Garlick ready to make his debut in the NRL. Well, Robson Garlick, Jackson's brother. Robson's ready to go. Jackson will be wrapped to get a minute tonight. Talking about the Garlick family, it's nice to be able to mention clubs like Newtown, including the New Reds. The Garlick family tied to those clubs. Of course, Sean, Dad, with his times at Souths and the Roosters. So Parramatta 5 minutes inside their own half. Thursday night's a good one here on Fox League because we also have the late show with Matty Johns to come up straight after the footy tonight. Matty and Gordon, Fletch, Hindy. Haven't they done some special stuff this year? Logie Lakes, Fletcher and Hindy. He's underneath it. We've got a late tackle on the kicker. It's a penalty right in front of the Melbourne posts.
Yeah, he's been under assault. Mitch Moses, and it's Alec McDonald who's come onto the field trying to bring energy, trying to bring all those fundamentals that his coach wants. And it's Moses, and when Moses kicks the ball, he leaps into the air. Now, there's minimal contact there. I actually don't think that's dangerous. I don't think that's a penalty. But Moses leaps into the air, he hardly touches him. I think he's done well there, Mitch Moses. Bernie's side, a valuable penalty. I don't think McDonald did much wrong.
It goes on report as well, Alec McDonald, penalty right in front. But doesn't appear they're thinking about making 4 points here. They are going to tap and go. Well, time for the Parramatta fans to get vocal here. Big set coming up. Check. That would have been the anti-climax of all anti-climaxes here. Playing his first NRL game in the club. And now Jefferson, his ribs were exposed there. Arms up. 15 metres away from the line. Dury. Good contact. Jordan Grant in the tackle for Melbourne.
Munster's hurt his right hand. Something's happened to Munster's right hand.
Alrighty, keep an eye on that. Parramatta going there. Follow. Juggle. Brown loses it. Melbourne back with the ball. Katoa. And still the ebb and flow of this contest. With a few mistakes, but boy, it's tense. Trainer still with Munster. I think he's going to go off the field. Lara can get close on it.
He's coming off the field right now, help clutching at that right hand.
Yeah, I think it might be a fracture to his finger. It looks like he can't get it back in.
Cool. Well, there's a storyline from the first half. Randy and Cooper in the halftime show with Jess. One to discuss. Tyron Wisher is out there for Melbourne. Sivo is with the ball for Parramatta. So outside the 20, but it's a big moment. 28 minutes in, and Munster off the field for the Storm, the main man. There as he went down the tackle. The 4 offloads for Bryce Cartwright. Last year when he's on the field with the NRL, he took them away. Tennessee with a hole to step. And literally jumping through the defence. Right inside the Melbourne half. They're getting a little bit the better of them here. Jefferson, offload, very late. Play on the call. Murchie with it. Once a Raider, once a Warrior. Now an Eel. Hodgson. Moses. The ball. 30 minutes out. Jason's there. Randy's going to win it. Melbourne with a call. Good stuff, Nick Beattie. And relieved to have possession. Oh, lost the ball. Wisher. Parramatta. Quick turnover. Sivo with it. He keeps it alive. Well, surely they've taken their advantage now. And Cartwright offloads for Jefferson. Lost count of the passes there after the drop ball from Melbourne. Another error inside their own half. Hopgood with Murchie. This is a big chance. Hodgson getting it there for Hopgood. Brown under pressure. Got away from Grant. Benny makes the tackle. Look for Moses now. What's he got in store? Hodgson, Gendabalo, bouncing off defenders. And Rita short of the line. He can touch it. Hodgson to the right for Jefferson. Kept it alive. They won't take this one off him. Pennisini's over. One of the young stars of the Parramatta Eels has the honour of scoring the first try on the NRL centre. Will Penasini, Parramatta break the Melbourne ball.
They're still only 20 years of age. What a superstar he is, Penasini. And it was great work from Hodgson, out of dummy half, just kept toying with the forwards, dragging in defenders. And when he realised there was some vulnerabilities in that left-hand side for Melbourne that have just lost Munster, Liero left on the ground, Tompapia caught him too tight. And it was just a step out of dummy half from Hodgson. And the pass that got Gutherson on the outside. It was classy from Hodgson and a weighted possession fatigue. To the Melbourne Storm defensive line and Parramatta find first points. The first try of the season. Will Penasini
Played all 28 games for Parramatta last year. Now a player who's experienced the grand final. They're going to be calling in for a long time, Michael. Will Penasini.
Yeah, just look at the recognition there of Hodgson. Didn't overplay it. Recognised that Wishart and Tompapia were caught in. They were short for numbers. Some experienced statesmen there. Hodgson and Gutherson enough to expose them, and you're right. Yeah, he is a special talent. Special talent. Will Penasini.
6-0 scoreline. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Parramatta fans enjoying their Thursday night, as I'm sure you are, to have the rugby league back on Fox League. Here is Moses for April. Now he's cracked the legs. Leader of 6.
What is the boys? What is it?
Full look on the base of Mitchell Moses. 6-0. Parramatta over Melbourne.
Yeah, it's just been brutal, hasn't it? The Parramatta side, they've just had so much possession in the last 10 minutes. Melbourne, as brave as they've been their own worst enemies. Some fundamental play the ball errors. Parramatta, they're just too classy a side, too much strike, and the way they move the footy. Now, so many questions. Very good start for Parramatta.
Sideline, RB.
Yeah, the news doesn't get much better for the Melbourne Storm. Early prognosis is that it's a compound fracture for Cameron Munster, but we're waiting for more news from the Sheets.
Yeah, he was in instant discomfort, wasn't he, in the middle of the train brought him through. He thought it had to be serious. That's a massive blow. He looked exceptional early, Munster.
Smith has been good so far. 19 up for the night. Good bubble. Campbell Gillard's made 8. There's your old-fashioned platform up front from Parramatta.
That's the ball as well.
But right to lift, Michael, you've got to break it down for us watching at home live from one of the most experienced dummy halves we've got. He's having trouble throwing right to left.
He's standing up past the football a lot more going right to left than he does off the ground, going left to right.
Analysis from Michael Ennis, grand final winning hooker. Coach comes back for Melbourne.
What I mean by that is Hodgson, when he steps out to play right to left, brings the ball back towards his chest before he then delivers the pass. Left to right, he's firing it off the ground to Moses. And it's just giving that, it's just taking that little bit of time away from him. Probably been 3 or 4 times, hasn't it, either in this first half, that it could have been called forward.
Well, to be fair, if they hadn't called them all for it, I wouldn't have been blowing up at all. A question mark on all of them. Melbourne with Graham, whose big responsibility on the shoulders of Jerome Hughes. He can handle it. Don't worry about that. And that kick is evidence of it. Gutherson. And they're bringing it back. Kept alive for Seabourn. There's Hughes around the legs. Oh, what a shocking pass to get 10 minutes out from your own line. Blake had to put his head on the firing line to catch it.
Would have been Rick out there for the Parramatta side.
He may be the biggest club. He may be a fraction bigger than Bowl. Would have been Greg. Pretty living on that part. But now, Gutherson. Sitting inside their own half, and good service for the kick. Mitchell Moses. Now the wing of St. Nicholas. And no luck on the injury front at the World Cup. so I'm sure he's in for a very big season. Now Hughes, this is Melbourne's opportunity. Warbury get off the wing. Good line for Katoa. So they look sprightly in this set, the Storm. And it's halfway through, 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Wishart, Reedy, Tonamapea. Coates got in front of the ball. I'm going to shut the play down. Wishart, a little bit of footwork from Liero. And offloading still on show from Melbourne. King down in the tackle. Beside the uprights. Last tackle play. Grabs the kicker again. Trap and scrap. Klein. Oh, he says not on Melbourne.
Right there, captain's challenge here. Right for Harry Grant's kick was played at.
Let's fire it in the bunker tonight. Adam G. And he takes over the plate from here.
It was Grant out of dummy half. He tried to show on the drop to get rid of Gutherson and Moody, which he did. Then he looked to kick for Moody back to the post.
Kick chase from Melbourne on the right is onside. The ball is then played out by Jack Murphy. Playing on at this point.
Yeah, good
Back
ball.
to scrap. And then there's a little knock on here from Jerome Hughes.
So the ball played that back with the leg, so it's not that you get advantage.
Just looking to determine if Parramatta knocked the ball on prior to Jerome Hughes.
It's the player
He got a hand on it.
I could rule Melbourne's way on that one.
Yeah, just looking to determine if when Jermaine Hopgood touches the ball, Jerome Hughes already has possession. Although Jerome Hughes has possession, Jermaine Hopgood's hand has hit the ball. At the point that there is possession, Jerome Hughes maintains possession past that point, he then knocks it on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
I agree with the logic of the process there, explained by Adam G. I'm fine with it. I haven't got a sense of the runs of this. Yeah, I think they've got that one wrong. I'm not going to...
You lost me at the Jack Murphy as soon as he touched it.
I'm not going to blow a gasket early. Greg Bellamy line. He's not happy. I mean, we're watching all of that in slow motion when they say he's breathed, gained, they've got the time to talk in fractions of a second.
I think his message would be pretty simple. One at the half time, just control possession.
So, Parramatta, just the one try scored in our first half of the season here on Fox League. It was a good one, but Penasini. Hobson. Now Hopwood on the run. The pundits probably had it even. There was many people tipping Melbourne as they were Parramatta going into the first game. And they've called that one forward. Moses can't believe it. He's blowing up at the sideline official. It's going to be a chance here for Melbourne.
Yeah, it was a nice play. Hodgson out of dummy half, Gutherson on the inside. Dury, I think he just fell off his pass, Mitchell, and the ball's forward.
All right, so we've had a half of some questionable passes.
Well, they've been the better side, Parramatta in this opening half. They have been. But they need to hold on. This is a dangerous 3.5 minutes now. If you've just joined us as well, Cameron Munster's left the field with a potential compound fracture through his hand.
And then on 132 or 43 in this ground. Hughes intercept was begging for Mike Massimo. He doesn't force the knock on either. He gave up on the chase. I think his teammates had to remind him like that. You do have to. It's like a ball still in flight. That's it. Donald with the ball for Melbourne. It's been a long off-season. Now Grant, King, And a set restart for the ruck infringement. 6-0 could be wiped off in just a moment. Right left, Liero with it.
Great tackle.
Nasili and Moses, they both put their bodies on the line there. Liero wants a set restart. He wants to protest. Tony McPhee through another questionable pass. Comes out for the sideline. Play on. Hodgson, I don't think he's got the legs for an 85. And Clyde has blown the whistle in any case.
Yeah, that's the play that I think Craig Bellamy's going to be most disappointed at. Just their lack of patience, Melbourne. There was just nothing on there. There was nothing for Grant to play to. Parramatta had numbered up defensively, and they just put Coates under huge pressure.
Chances still with Melbourne though. The knock on was against Hodgson. So the Storm 10 metres away from the line. Hughes, he can step. He's done 3 of them. Jerome Hughes goes close. Now Grant. Melbourne looking for their first point of the season. And again, King, Wishart, just dumping that one off. The ball's been put down by Liero.
Great defence. Really good moving defensive line there from Parramatta. Look at the response, look at the players. Loving it. It was a challenge for them last year. Their goal line defence was one of the worst in the competition. Just look how good they are. This was the footwork of Hughes. Beautiful. Off that right foot. Then just jamming hard there from the inside. Matt Dury. Well done, Matt Dury. Great contact there on the air.
Now Lara has an update on that Cameron Munster. Lara, what's the story?
It is confirmed a compound fracture to Cameron Munster's wedding ring finger on his left hand. The club's still not ruling him out of this game. Amazingly, they're going to assess him at half-time, 50-50 from Frank Manesi.
Okay, Parramatta in possession, 25 metres out from their own line.
Morning, Dury. He comes back onto the field with a compound fracture.
Parramatta. So they've done well, they've absorbed a bit of pressure there. The Eels, but it's 6-0. There is a long way to go in this first game of the year. Playing that one, quite the wrestle. Here is Jefferson. Moses, is he thinking 2-point field goal just before half-time? Maybe go with a big play. Here he is, Moses. That's what he's thinking.
Oh!
Launches the kick and just flashed right off the posts. And a 20-minute restart for a lot of players not back on side. Quite clearly there. This will be the final play of the first half that's provided a little bit of drama and plenty of entertainment. That's how we roll on Fox League. Game 1 of the season. Parramatta with 1 try and 1 goal. Pedersen the try, Moses the goal. Half-time. Parramatta 6, Melbourne 0.
The Eels on top in the first half, but it's been a bit of blowing out the cobwebs for both sides in this first half. Greg Alexander and Cooper Cronk here with me. It's been a pretty tight arm wrestle between these sides with a massive blow for the Melbourne Storm. 12 minutes from half-time. Greg, Cameron Munster goes off with a compound fracture to his ring finger on his left hand. Now the Melbourne Storm are saying they're going to assess him at half-time and he may well come back on.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Are you saying that?
I think it's pretty doubtful that he'll come back on. If it's a compound fracture, there's problems with infection, and so I couldn't see Cameron Munster coming back on, and that just made the challenge of winning this game a whole lot harder.
Yeah, because he was running the ball, he looked quite effective, but saw that tackle, and that's what happened on Gus in the contact, but I doubt he's coming back.
Well, that'll be a big story in the second half. Will Cameron Munster make it back out onto the field for the Melbourne Storm? They're trailing the Eels by 6 points at half-time. When we come back, we'll have more first half analysis, and don't forget, coming up at full time, The Late Show, Matty Jones.
Welcome, Peter. Thank you for your time. We're a little bit nervous.
Not as nervous as me, but I'll say that to you.
Peter, do you watch NRL 360?
If I want to get concussion, yeah, I'd watch it. That's
George Howe show there?
absolutely. But I love you guys.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Come on, Pat. What is this? One more power.
Neither.
How's that, bud? Great. There he is. Get him. Oh, get him. Get him.
Dom, if you stay the night, you're the start of the show.
I don't think that's going to happen because he's going to go to the Roosters.
I'll make nothing about the cat, sure.
The what, sir? You just stand up for us. He was the first time. Mark, you want to join these?
I think you made it very clear on that.
Brendan's very smart. He hides his intelligence very well. He likes to present himself as happy-go-lucky.
You want it really well.
My name's Campbell Graham. I'm not a serial killer, and I'm 5'1".
Take NRL to the next level with an early payout. Place ahead 10 on NRL this round. And your team is up by 6 points on more enough time. You get paid out as a winner. Take it to the next level.
Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman. Upsize the action with this Samsung 65-inch QLED TV, now under $1,500. Hot price. Score points with this impressive Sony 55-inch OLED Google TV. Save $600. Get the big stadium sound with this LG Dolby Atmos soundbar, now under $500. Save $300. Or get the Bose Smart Soundbar 900 and feel the crowd roar. Save $200. Kick off a great season at Harvey Norman now.
This is Greg. He saved $297 when he switched his car insurance to you.
I was gobsmacked. I saved $297.
Greg is retired. He was looking for an insurer that was more about him, so he tried Yui.
I think Yui is exactly the sort of company that is interested in you as the person and what's the best thing for you.
Why not give Yui a try? Maybe you'll save like Greg did. You insure.
First is calling. Let's roll.
Sportsbet, when your mate shares their bet, you can copy it with a tap of a button. Exactly.
We're on. Nice. Off, tackle. Don't take the two. Taking the two. And we'll do it. Harvey, green tick. Just pick it up. Whose round is it? Yours? Nah, it's your round. Oh.
Share the bet, copy the bet. You from Sportsbet.
Go to score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
welcome back to halftime there on the Red Rooster Thursday Night League. It's the EELS leading the Storm 6 points to nil. Greg Alexander, Will Penasini, the first try scorer for season 2023. What's been the difference between these two sides in the first half?
There's no doubt that Parramatta are on top, Jess. They've had the better run of play. They've had more 30 extra play balls inside Melbourne's territory compared to what Melbourne had on the other side of halfway. So Parramatta have dominated 10 offloads during that first half, and just through that period around the 30-minute mark, that they really ran the Storm ragged defensively, and they had no numbers down that short side. It was good awareness from Josh Hodgson to get the ball to Gutherson, and Sealy was on his outside. Gutherson did a great job getting it outside young Tom McBear, and then put the centre away. But Para, even though the score's 6-0, they're the better side.
They are, absolutely. Both teams have a few errors, but Parramatta and Eels have done the basics well, and they've completed better, but they've got more possession, and they're defending well. So I like that where Parramatta, I like what Hodgson's doing. There was a bit of a talk before the game. He's got a good combination of his front rows and get the ball out to Moses. But I think the Munster thing for the Storm is big. Wishart now will play 5'8", so how's Jerome Hughes going to adapt? Him and Harry Grant will have to be really big in the second half.
Yeah, and that was the play where Munster came out on the line to shut a Parramatta movement down. That's where he did the damage, and it's his right hand. It's not his left hand. You can see there that he's holding that right hand. He didn't want to get it in a tackle. But as I said, a compound fracture means the bone has broken skin, and the biggest concern for Cameron Munster is infection. I can't see the doctors allowing him back.
Well, we just had some breaking news from the ground. Lara Pitt is reporting to us that Melbourne Storm said he will play in the second half. So there's going to be a fair amount of tape around that hand, I think, to circumvent exactly what you're talking about, the risk of infection.
Yeah, once the skin's broken down, they see that as a problem for the doctors, but it's tough boy, Cameron Munster.
Yeah, Russell Wilson still, pain medication, seal it up, protect it from any infection, or that's up to him to do with pain, but it's his right hand, and so we'll just see how it goes.
Well, a clipped win for Cameron Munster. Literally, they'll need him in the second half if they're to come back against the Eels. They are leading the Storm 6 points to nil in the first half. All the second half action from Combank Stadium, right here next to Old Foxwood.
Crispy, juicy chicken McNuggets are delicious with friends, but together with tangy Cajun sauce, that's for close friends only.
Harvey Norman, Epic Audio. Great deals from all the big brands. Save 50 on the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, now under $300. Save 100 on the Bose Quiet Comfort 45 noise-cancelling headphones, now $395. Or get a premium Sony WH-1000 XM5 for $548. Save $500 on the JBL 9.1 channel Dolby Atmos soundbar for the ultimate immersive sound experience. For more great deals, get it to Harvey Norman. Epic Audio on now.
Chanting a sportsman save game multi feels like you've finally made it.
Welcome to the stage, Joe Green and Ryan Maloney.
It's cool, only time. Anyway, the winner for the most outstanding same-game multi is...
Billy Kay, West Tigers versus the Warriors.
Shout out to all my anytime try scorers. You know who you are.
Oh, yeah, Philly.
Same game multi-feeling with Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly. Toast is calling. Let's roll.
When you're leaving up first, the second seat is too early.
Too late. Letting out first is knowing when to listen to your body.
Nothing to tell it to keep going. Don't just get health insurance. Get health first with NIB.
Yeah, $6. How good? Rock on. Surely. Anytime try scorer. Yo, Bione. Tell me you're proud of that. I've always said he's better off the bench. What? I've always said that.
Get in sync with your mate thanks to Sportsbet. Now you can share your bet and they can copy it. Exactly.
Go Gatness. Cracker. Get outside it.
Share the bet, copy the bet. You from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly. Toast is calling. Let's roll.
Thursday night on Fox League, we're off and running for 2023 and Parramatta a 6-0 lead. Big talking point at the first half. That injury right there to Cameron Munster.
Yeah, been a flying start as we come to expect from Cameron Munster. He's making a big impact on the contest and cripple leads looking through with a compound fracture and he's back on the building.
Let's go straight down to Lara Pitt. The man is back.
That's right, Piper officially saying it was in fact a compound dislocation to the finger. Munster in considerable pain getting the joint back into place with the doctors. But they did that, they ran that right hand through a fitness test and he's giving it a crack. He's back out there.
Do you do that with a finger? You run a finger through the fitness test?
Yeah, they get the mallet out. Just give you a good old-fashioned whack and see if you're right to go. Incredible toughness. We never questioned him doing plenty of tape there on the finger. He was really starting to make his mark. Come up with some huge defensive brews. They scored straight away down that side of the field, Parramatta, and what an enormous confidence boost to have your captain or your vice-captain, but of a leader of Cameron Munster's quality back onto the field.
So the compound dislocation, Dr. Innes, it still broke the skin, but no fracture. And then put the finger back in place and strapped it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's broken the skin potentially. It's clearly dislodged and they've got it back into place. And compound does mean that it comes through the skin, so incredible that he's back onto the field. It's a tough hombre. Boy, they need him. It's been a great contest.
Second half underway, and we can tell you that part of the fitness test was a lot of passing just to get and to see if he's comfortable. His passing game and catching. So Munster green-lighted for return. Quite a story to start the year. Hopgood on the run there. His numbers from the first half, what an impressive first game in the NRL for Parramatta. Hopgood, here he is again. They picked themselves up a bit of a warms, didn't see.
He's been outstanding. Huge work rate, Hopgood.
Almost cursed him there, he lost control. Coming in contact with Bell, would have been turnover time. Now Hobson back for Moses. Kick pressure there again, but legal that time. And Melbourne in possession 1 minute into the second half. These sides played a golden point game when they met for the first time last year. Remember, the Ray Stone night. Golden point is quite under the question to open this season.
What's up, boys? I'm going to try and do something. I'm going to try more offenders, so you know you guys can.
Over the last couple of seasons, expecting that big impact. I think both these sides are just holding the fort at the moment. Once we see Wilson out, Aston Solomona come back into the game, and for Parramatta, Marlow and Campbell Gillard come back in. When the big middles come back on, I think that's what they'll find a winner tonight.
putting it, just holding the fort. So Grant back to Munster with his first kick. Lumi is there for Parramatta. He went close to scoring a try in the first half. He's done all that could be asked of him. Isaac Lumi. He's hurt there. Penalty blown for offside. So following on from last year, we don't have set restarts inside the 40s. And full-blown penalty. Let's go to Lara sideline.
Just a message from Brad Arthur at half-time. Wants to see the Eels front load their energy at the start of this second half. That has to be their focus and stay the grind.
That's been an expression that's used a few times about front loading. Buzz phrase. So Parramatta inside the Melbourne half with Hopgood, Moses, and Dury's lost the ball. And we do have another penalty. I can't believe what's going on here. North and Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes. This is a little bit like football or soccer. They're all getting in the face of Ash Clyde here.
I understand that, but it makes no sense.
Just a clip of Matt Dury.
Yeah, not sure he could have done much different there.
Well, it does seem it opens the door for Parramatta in the field position here. Early chance in the second half to add to the 6 points accumulated in the opening 40. Hopgood dropping it off. Still yet to see the offloading game of Bryce Cartwright. A disciplined possession performance. Hopgood running at them. He's offloaded. Hodgson left. Wasn't a great pass. Brown. Not clean service there. Cartwright. Moses. This time with Greg. Parramatta can reset on play 4. Slammed into the ground there, the big fella. Hodgson. Moses. Show and then offload for Murchie. 12 away from the line in front of the Melbourne posts. Moses with it. This time passing. Gutherson, Penasini. Melbourne's defence good so far. Gutherson's kick. Awkward bounce. Melbourne have got it. And a high tackle as well. Brown and Grant. Clyde's all over it. And a penalty it will be to Melbourne. I wouldn't say Parramatta's best there.
No, passes just not hitting the mark and a little bit of disorganisation. There's the high contact from Brown. He got that right Klein. He was right on the spot. When he escalating the situation with the shove in the back, Dylan Brown and Hodgson not enjoying that. But they hold on again, Melbourne. Defensively, they've been so brave on their line.
Moses had 28 try assists last year. 11 of those were from kicks. And I don't know whether we've had an attacking kick from Moses necessarily tonight. Into the in-goal as here is Grant on the run. And another penalty goes the way of Melbourne. Back to back.
I just mentioned this. He was relatively quiet in the first half, but gee, he's got great ruck recognition, Harry Grant. One of the elite dummy halves in the game. And the minute he didn't have the markers square there, he knew it. Straight out of dummy half. Murchie couldn't resist himself. Tom McPhee now gets them into good attacking position.
Let's tell us over a number of years. If we get back-to-back penalties, the percentage chance of a try to follow lifts greatly. So let's see what Melbourne do here. Hughes and King just 10 away from the line. Grant there. Hughes, Munster lurking, doesn't get it. Hodgson is a third man in the tackle. What a lift to the Melbourne teammates. To know Munster has returned. Grant, flat nose ball, Benny. Straight over he goes. Nice and crisp from the Melbourne Storm. And the Parramatta defence caught short. And Meany has the first try of the second half and the Storm's first for the year.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant from Harry Grant. Great play the ball from Jerome Hughes. And excellent work from Meany. His reactive ability there to push on the offload. There is no better decision making ball-playing dummy half in the competition than Harry Grant. The minute the ruck gets loose or becomes vulnerable, his decision-making and his execution of pass is exceptional. And in the blink of an eye, he earned his side the penalty down the other end of the field with a great piece of running play out of dummy half, caught markers unaware, got a penalty, and then the minute they get down there, the minute those markers aren't square, he strikes. He's all class.
And what about the role of your middle forward there? Josh King, I mean, what an asset. What an improved player from the model that we saw at Newcastle. Suddenly Craig Bellamy gets the best out of this bloke, more minutes, quality in his work, and that sort of ball play we wouldn't have seen 18 months ago.
Well, Grant's ball playing is only as quality is because his teammates trust him, and you're right, Andrew. The ability for King to run that tough line and push on that play instantaneously as soon as Grant jumped out of dummy half and just reacted, it made the play too.
So Meany has a little bit of surprise going against Parramatta. He scored 3 in 2 games last year and now has another one tonight.
Yeah, just watch this. Meany did well to get the footy down, but the vision of Grant getting out and just taking a step or two and firing the pass to King, it put Dylan Brown under so much pressure just on the outside of that far post. Melbourne, they're so good at it. They just stay in the fight, don't they? They just stay and stay and stay. And the minute they get a chance, they strike.
Yeah, Storm have certainly been under the pump in this matchup. That try scorer though, Nick Meany, I'm told one of the fittest in the club and has had a huge pre-season getting to those markers. Just a reminder, everyone at home straight after the footy, it's the Late Show with Matty Johns, Matty, Gordy, Fletch and Heidi are back for lots of laughs. Stay tuned.
Told that the audience have a chance to win $2,000 in cash tonight. $2,050.
Yeah, my duck, you do.
So the Warriors are with the ball. Katoa. He's worked hard without doing anything of the brilliant kind tonight.
I think physically Dury's done a tremendous job in containing. Look at the effort there from Dury into the legs from Marker.
Play the ball, and there's Grant off again. Coming into his own now. Hughes in support. Harry Grant. Back for Munster. Left foot kick. Gufferson getting across. Libby. Well done, Isaac. That's not easy. Retreating there. Ready to clock the hit and make the catch.
The Parramatta rely so much on Barlow and Campbell Gillard through the middle, and fatigue really set into the bench. You can see there Barlow back into the action. He had to get him back out there, Brad Arthur. They were starting to fall apart through the middle, and Grant was starting to carve them to pieces.
It's Dury again for Parramatta. Eels will be well pleased with what they've seen from Matt Dury and Jermaine Hopgood tonight. And in front there, old Murchie, Hennessy Makatoa, and Joe Moimasia. The other players on the bench for Parramatta. Some garlic waiting to see some football game time for Melbourne. Here is Coates, quite the athlete. Bringing the ball back his second year as a Melbourne Storm player. Now for Warbrick. If you haven't seen him before, if you missed some of the pre-season, wait till he gets wound up. Will Warbrick. Grant. And Munster. Dummy. You know it's coming. You got to deal with it. Grant is running again. It's just off the leash now. Harry Grant. Meany. Backing up. Turning them inside out. Melbourne enjoying their best period of the match. Grant more running and a kick. Gufferson across to it. And Parramatta's defensive line, I won't say shambles, but gee, it's patchy now.
They are falling apart through the middle. It's great work. Grant's recognition and speed out of dummy halves, terrorising them, and good to see Meany on the footy. Munster starting to run the ball.
Gusson played a big hand in the Parramatta try tonight. Good run. Leads from the front there. Now Gufferson follows up. Got away from the marker. Gufferson. Stops the bump of Katoa over the top. He put quite a divot there. Clint Gutherson. Back for Moses. Playmakers have gone a little quiet for Parramatta. Moses and Brown have sort of dropped out of the match a shade here.
Just listening to Cooper Cronk talk earlier in the night on the panel show about that team-first mentality. One of the Melbourne Storm superstars for so long, and just seeing the kick pressure tonight that they put on the Parramatta kickers. No matter where you are on the field, it is your responsibility to do what the team needs. It's been sensational. Now Welch back into the action.
Captain of Melbourne, tremendous honour. One of the best blokes in the game. Grant to Hughes. Melbourne, right side Rivers Smith with a fend on Blake. Last tackle play. A big bomb coming up. Hughes with it. Here it goes. Launched by the Melbourne halfback. Plenty of Parramatta jerseys there. Lumi is with it. Providing good value for money for the Eels.
He's been good tonight, Jerome Hughes. It's been so tough. Just defensively one-on-one, some of his defensive contact has been exceptional, but just his bravery. You see Seabolt off the back fence.
Yes, crowd lifted when they saw him lurking there. Now Brown, he could have passed there, and Ross Cartwright head went down, but he didn't get the ball. Campbell Gillard is back for Parramatta to halfway. This has been a forceful set by them, trying to keep it straight. Moses. Back for Melbourne. It's been a really good performance from the Melbourne fullback.
Yeah, good coaching from Brad Harper. You come into the game with a plan in terms of your rotation. Sometimes the game changes, and his middles were falling apart dreadfully to start this first half, start the second half, and no surprise he's got Campbell Gillard and Junior Barlow back into the action. Well, so's Craig. Here's Big Nelson.
Running out at the top of Moses. It's almost not fair. Boxing authorities wouldn't allow that match-up. Now Hughes, and goes Katoa. Certainly wide. Oh, he's bounced past it. And Parramatta come up with the ball. It was not a quality offload from Katoa. I would have discouraged him from taking the offload. Nelson was looking to ragdoll Gutherson. He's tested out the collar of the jersey. That's how strong Nelson is. He had 2 fingers on Gutherson and dragged him back 10 metres.
Oh, shades of talent.
Now Dury again for Parramatta to halfway. We're in the balance. 6-all, 26 to go. Now Brown goes short. Offload from Cartwright, but Gutherson was under pressure.
Done some good things tonight, Bryce Cartwright.
Short side, Moses kicks low. There's Meany. He's proving very reliable. And rushes it back to the 30-metre line. 89th game for Nick Meany. And this has been one of his best.
Good contact there. Genesini, Xavier Coates strong from the inside. It hurt him too.
I don't know about you, I was undecided at the start of this game as to who to tip, but I'm no better off now. With 25 to go, a false start there. Melbourne with it. Christian Welsh up on halfway. Down a man at the moment with a shoulder problem. Coates as Munster passes for Hughes. There's Meany. Overlap, and it goes. Warbrick, this big kid. He's a little older than that, but it's his first game in the big show tonight at the NRL. Munster with it. 22 metres out from the line. Lumi. Oh, the forward. He almost regathered. Coates has knocked on. It was a specky. He's not 100% quite obviously there.
He's still clutching at that left arm, but he had a chance. He was over the top of Lumi. Real chance gone begging there from Xavier Coates. Great kick from Munster.
Now Brown. Oh, Cartwright, look at that. There's Nelson again. Nelson again for The Melbourne Storm, late show with Matty Johns. The Fletch and Hindy stuff is cutting edge, folks. They are in grand form to start the year. You're going to see it tonight. Straight after this one from Combank Stadium, the late show with Matty Johns. Hodgson now. And Moses, Munster had moved up quickly. Barlow not able to, I guess he can offload. And then the pass was interesting from Hopgood. Offloads now 14 to Parramatta, 8 to Melbourne. Eels on play number 5, Campbell Gillard. And get him onto his back. Josh King, Hodgson looks at Moses. Gutherson wanted it left. Brown finds his number 1. The kick through, and he's there again. What a game he's having, Nick Beattie.
Brilliant, isn't it? His positional play on the last 2 sets is huge. Takes some easy meters out of dummy half and thrown into touch. Talk about ragdoll. Mike Sebo has just gone on with Jerome Hughes and said, over you go, little fella.
A little bit like that. Now, had the tackle been completed? That's what Melbourne fans are asking, and I would say that shot, no. There was never a cease to any sort of movement. Sideline official can't get any closer than that.
He likes that, doesn't he, Ludi? Big Micah. They love him. They love him here at Combank.
Sitting member of the state election, Micah Sevo.
Well, just when Melbourne was starting to get on top, this gives Parramatta a real good opportunity here.
I think we look to Moses now for Parramatta. Hopgood is with it. He's offloaded. Campbell Gillard.
I'm going Brown, Bossy. I think it might be Dylan Brown. Left foot.
Okay, let's see how it unfolds. Hodgson, here's his man. Brown, up for Cartwright. He's 10 away. That's play 3 done. Parramatta with the Blake. Then for Brown. Now for Hodgson. Little show. Junior Barlow, the Grand Rumbles! Junior scores for Parramatta. And the foundations here are giving a workout. Thunders his way over for the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, forget Moses, forget Brown. It's their 15 kilo wrecking ball, Junior Barlow. And it's Josh Hodgson, the former Canberra connection. And Hodgson just a bit of tempo across field, and it was Munster that dragged himself out of the system, out of the line. And Hodgson, a nice flat pass. Look at him riding that, Hodgson. Get it down, big fella. And Parramatta on the back of an error from Jerome Hughes when Supo dragged him into touch. Parramatta field position and the class of Hodgson and the power of Junior Barlow. Parramatta in front.
Didn't score a try until week 2 of the finals last year. He, in fact, ended a 44-game try drought. Well, now it's a streak.
Yeah.
He's got another one tonight. You can see Coates, too, on the deck, inconvenienced. Couldn't really offer a great deal of resistance. I'm worried about the well-being of Coates at the moment. There you go, Parramatta in front by 4 with a kick to come.
Just watch Munster here. Stay in the system, stay in the system. No, I'm going to solve it myself. And he comes out of the line. Put the arrow under huge pressure. And Hodgson with the vision.
Moses gets that one. He missed one from around about that range first half. Parramatta lead Melbourne 12-6. Lara on the sideline.
Yeah, and that Mike Sebo tackle on Jerome Hughes was enormous to turn the momentum here in Parramatta's favour. A nice touch. Josh Hodgson and his former teammate, as you mentioned, Junior Barlow, combining there for that try. Junior handed Hodgson his very first NRL jersey here for the Parramatta Eels heading into this game tonight, and Hodgson has made it clear he still has plenty to offer. 3 knee reconstructions later, would have been easy to give it all away, but highly motivated to be one of the best 9s in the game.
There's pain there, isn't there, for Xavier Coates. Lara will follow that one up. It's another big name on the injured list now for Melbourne. The stocks are getting a little thin.
Yeah, aren't they ever?
So Ewers with the ball. Cut right. 12-6. Quarter of the game to go. Back to you, Lara. What have you been able to ascertain on Coates?
I've been keeping an eye on him for the last few sets, Bossy, and he's been struggling with a left shoulder injury. It looks to be an AC. He took some painkillers on field, but has clearly succumbed to the injury. I'll get an update further on.
All that news on the sideline here tonight on Fox League. Bring you every game, every weekend, and we're loving the first one. Moses, 5 minutes inside the Melbourne half. Look at this kick. Fizzing its way down to the wing. And the versatile Wishart is now on the left wing.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide at this level. The minute that they took Xavier Coates from the field, Mitch Moses put a radar on Tyron Wishart, who's now playing on the wing, as you mentioned, Andrew, and Craig Bellamy having to shuffle the decks. Munster out of dummy half now.
We had that compound dislocation in the first half. Tonomapia, Solomona on the run. Offload, nice skill around the corner from Nelson. And the big claw out there, didn't he, for Melbourne? Inside their own half. Munster, Hughes, cut out ball. Nelson running, Remus Smith. Thrown down by Blake. And oh yeah, hey. The footy's back. The footy is back. We bring you everything. We hide nothing. Gutherson, nice catch. And then shirt fronted by Munster. 12-6 scoreline, 18 to go. Lumi with the ball. Oh, they've rushed up. Isaac Solomona's got it. Nelson has scored for Melbourne. Nelson has obliterated Isaac Lumi. Ended up in possession. They have to check it. Did he reef it away? Did he knock it off?
I think it comes off the Melbourne player, and then Nelson picks it up in front of him. It's an error from Lumi. It's like a car pulling out on a semi-trailer. It just gets absolutely collected, and then it comes, off.
Well spotted by Glennis.
Off King, and then Nelson picks the footy back up.
Will the first infringement be against Parramatta?
So got a knock-on from Isaac Lumi and then a knock-on from Josh King.
Yep.
We have a decision.
So see the Parramatta trainer get out of the way. Oh, that was very good.
Knock-on Parramatta.
Yeah.
The Melbourne enforcing their knock-on. For the knock-on to be forced, Isaac Solomona's offside. Can I put forward an argument for a bit?
Back foot, guys!
Like some knock-on unless Melbourne force it. And Isaac Solomona in offside position force it. Anyway. First infringement against Parramatta. It's tense here. It's 12-6. No one's comfortable. Parramatta, they're enjoying the try, but no one is comfortable thinking, we got two in the bag here. Wants to pass it to himself. Melbourne with it. And over for the try. Young Tonomapia. We've had Junior score at one end. Now we've got Young scoring at the other.
That's magic. That is Munster. All class. Gets across out of the scrum. And just has a weapon dropping underneath him. Fooled and bamboozled all the Parramatta defenders. Moses caught up. Penasuni even caught. Watching the ball, just watch this, shows it beautifully, lobs it up, Penasuni, he comes in, and Tonomapia, still plenty of work to do. Does he get the ball down? Does he put it on Moses? Well, we're not going to see on that angle. But Munster, stepping up in the big moments, look at this, look at him, inspiring his teammates. That was brilliant.
That's ball on the string stuff. The try confirmed for young Tonomapia. And just like that, I said no one's comfortable. I know Isaac Lumi's uncomfortable at the moment. He's out there in the firing line. The skills of Cameron Munster.
Brilliant. Yeah, when you've got a weapon out there, sometimes the best thing and the best way to use them is just their presence, and he throws it up. Even Nelson didn't know he was getting it. That's clipping line stuff, that.
Yeah.
That was
good comparison.
That was brilliant. He even bamboozled his teammates.
Got one across the chops. Young Tonomapia in the scoring of the try as well. This is for 12 all. The big night for Nick Meaney might be about to get a little bigger. He's got the kick from 2 minutes in from touch. There's 16 and a bit to go. Meaney's kick, right to left, does the job for Melbourne. 12 all scoreline. Lara.
Yeah, huge rap for the Storm's playmaker, Cameron Munster. He's playing through the pain, gentlemen, coming back from his compound dislocation to his finger. And he said that in the build-up to this game, he wants to use his energy and aggression in the big moments to bring leadership to this team. And that's what he's done right there to put the Storm well and truly in this contest. Don't forget the Late Show with Matty Johns, Gordy, Fletch and Hindy right after the footy.
Great Thursday night here on Fox League. We had a bigger preview than ever on Thursday nights. 90-minute preview. No one does it bigger or better than what we're producing here on Fox League. 90-minute preview going into Thursday night rugby league. A reminder about tomorrow night, exclusive to Fox League, the Warriors and the Knights from Wellington. We follow that with the Panthers at home to the Broncos.
And now Ray Stone's feeling watching on. Golden Point looming again.
They haven't got their X factor. Stone's not there. I tell you what they do have. They have players on the bench that are only now seeing football. Moimasia's on. You can see him there in 14 on that previous tackle. And they haven't used Makatoa. So they have 2 fresh forwards going into the last 16 minutes of a nail bite. Could be an advantage. That's the court there. Little appeal. Sideline official steps off the mark. Part of footy.
Great ball. Width on that. Went across 4 Parramatta defenders there, that one pass.
I think he's on the run. No kick pressure on Hughes whatsoever there. This one, angled out at Sivo. Sivo is with it for Parramatta. It's a rare night if Sivo doesn't get a try at Combank.
Yeah, Melbourne have really turned the gears up here. Melbourne are really, really tightening the screws on Parramatta. Look at the line speed from Welch.
We're starting to get down to field goal time. I don't know when too early it would be. Between the two sides, Munster has kicked 3, Moses has kicked 10. Some career records in terms of, say 1 and 2 pointers these days. Campbell Gillard with it for the Eels.
Good pressure here on Moses.
Hodgson back to Moses. And oh, they've got him late after kicking again. Devine saw it, said okay with it. Melbourne back with the ball. Oh, that high tackle on Wishart. It came from Moimasia. Toa bleeding profusely there for Melbourne. He ain't going to figure in a calendar right at the moment. Nice shot from the man not long on the field for Parramatta. Former Knights.
Yeah, we said it in the first half with McDonald. Here we go. Here we go. Bronson Garlick about to come into the game. What a story this is.
Senior Ray Stone for the night.
Great, Andrew, he could be.
Bronson Garlick coming on.
Debuting at 27 years of age, a South Sydney junior. Yeah, for all the kids at home that have missed out on a Harold Matthews or an SG ball side, wasn't picked.
Yeah, good story.
Wasn't picked. He's been playing under a development contract with Melbourne since last year, and at 27 years of age, about to make his debut, the son of South Sydney great Sean Garlick.
So Melbourne now with the ball, play 1 inside the Parramatta half. Isaac Lumi and Tonomapia. Oh boy, wow. They have locked horns there, and he's been split open like a watermelon. Tonomapia and Isaac Lumi is the worst for wear as well. That was the end of Katoa. So he's got one in the face, I think, from Warbrick. And then next up, we've got a bit of everything happening here. We've got cramp. I'm not laughing at all. He's split his head open and he's got cramp. The trainer's smiling. Where do you want me to treat first?
Where do I start? What would you
where do I start? Oh, gee. No hurry to tend to the blood on the face. Late show with Matty Johns. Again, you will not want to miss some of what we have on offer from Fletcher Hindy this year. It is television gold, and you'll see the start of it tonight. Gordon in the mix as well. This is where it's all happening. We've got players going down everywhere. And Loomy's up. So no treatment to the head of young sort of Mafia. I'm guessing that noticed he's bleeding. No one's bothered to wipe him up. I don't know if I've seen that before. No one's even...
Well, both of them, I think, will have to leave the field for what would be HIA, I'd imagine.
So Garlic is on for Melbourne.
Loomy he's left the field also for the Parramatta side.
First ever debut for Melbourne at 27.
Yeah, it's a great story. Great story of persistence. And just chasing your dream.
12 all, 13 and a half to go. Nelson, what a factor he's been tonight. David Gillard had him there. Garlic has his first touch with a big support crew here, a family and friends, here to share the moment. King, he's played his hand.
Yeah.
In front of the post if they want to go early. They're thinking 4-pointer though, Melbourne. Hughes wants it on the right. Munster's out there on the left. Garlic at dummy half. Back for Hughes. Hughes to kick to the corner. They've got momentum on the jump. Oh, Sebo. He goes the big bat back for a light drop out.
He spiked that, hasn't he? Volleyball style. Straight over the dead ball line, not taking any chances. Look out there, it was Warwick that just tried to sneak around the outside and catch him unaware, having none. Look at Sebo. Yes.
I suppose you can do that with your hands on the sides of dinner plates.
Or get a short.
Jefferson's gone short again, why not? But he's gone the long short kick. And it's fielded by Melbourne. Munster off the mini catch. Well, when's too early for the 1-pointer? I think Melbourne's in a 4-pointer sort of mood here. But do you put one in the bank? Grant with the ball.
I would, Andrew. A bit of scoreboard pressure. It's been a tight contest, obviously.
Walsh should play it. Grant right up over the advantage line. Robson Garlic trying to channel his inner Ray Stone, who we'll see on Sunday with the Dolphins. Here's Hughes. Thrown down there by Inabalo, 9 metres away from the line. Now Grants. Switch of play. Katoa on the run. Katoa is forced back a metre short. Last tackle, Melbourne. Hughes in front of the post. Here he is, Jerome Hughes. Keeps it going for Munster. Oh, Mooney's dropped his first of the night. Moses has come up with it for Parramatta. And I'm assuming Craig Bellamy's not overly happy.
Yeah, the kettle's boiling. He's starting to boil Craig Bellamy. And look, Hennessy and Hodgson's blowing up. He's saying high contact.
The reportable offence. It's a little awkward.
He just drops his head once and ends up being a head clash. Just dropped his eyes away from the target. I think it'll just be a play the ball.
12 all, 11 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Thursday night, game 1 of the season. And we've got a grandstand finish coming up. Campbell Gillard, Super Saturday is going to be grand as well as we rush home with the Sharks and the Rabbitohs. And then Sunday likewise, exclusive to the Fox League, Tigers and Titans on Sunday night. After the Dolphins play their first match. It's all here on Fox League.
Penasini's going to have to go here.
Sure, you lose your right centre and your right winger in the space of a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And Pedersen's gone for the game now.
So does Jacob Arthur get activated here? Is he activated yet as 18th man?
Well, only if they're confirmed as failing the activate can they activate the 18th man.
That's right.
And they want to get a result pretty quickly on both of them right now. And that may happen. That may happen that both fail, and we know that in the next few minutes. Parramatta just short of halfway. They've just sent out an SOS for Eric Growth at the Visiting Stadium. Playing the wing. They're down a few.
Good carry there from Murchie.
Either Eric Senior or Junior. So now, for Moses, a bomb from 40 metres out. He had to rush it. It's really coming down. 25 metres out. Gufferson kept it alive. It's on the deck. Melbourne, great pickup. Remus Smith.
Well, it was a horrible pass from dummy half and just gave Moses no opportunity to get the kick away. And a huge turnover. Warbrick now already up to the 40-metre line. Melbourne coming hard.
Right down the centre with Garlick. To halfway for the Storm. 3 tackles into this set. Into the last 10 we go.
He's been impressive, Hodgson. He has been exceptional coming back from the little amount of footy that he's played.
Going to go the distance. Cattell with it here. For the Storm. Last tackle play. Hughes there pointing for Bob. Here is Hughes setting it. Sailing into the air at Conbank. It's back, and that's a magic take from Blake. Precious stuff from the, well, now you've got to say Parramatta winger. Wearing 4, but he's been shifted out to the right wing. The Eels with Cartwrights. Proud looking to play their part for the home team. Blow that whistle, ref. Gufferson with it for the Eels. And 9 minutes to go at 12 all. Campbell Gillard, they've had no bigger margin than 6 during the game. Hodgson, Moses on the run, changes to kick, goes low. Meany will watch it go over the sideline. And it'll be a Melbourne possession. It's Parramatta, if they are thinking 1 point, haven't been able to get themselves in position just yet. And Melbourne, you've got to say, have declined what would have been a possible chance a couple of times now.
Yeah, he's made a difference, hasn't he? Junior Barlos is coming back on for his second stint. He's been tremendous tonight. 131 metres, 26 tackles, the big fella on day one. I still want, you said it earlier, Andy, I don't know who's going to win this. You look at both sides' attack. They've both got great creators. Physically through the middle, it's been a war. I think it's Grant. I get the feeling that it could be Grant. Oh, is that high?
Colin, they're okay with it. Bryce Cartwright, no complaints from Hughes. Now King with it. Away from a rushing Campbell Gillard. 4th tackle, short of halfway. Grant to Hughes. Hughes to Munster. Munster now keeps them guessing. And that time meets his makeup. Hodgson takes an attraction to Munster's leg. Last play, Grant, Jerome Hughes, another bomb. 5 metres inside the half of Parramatta. Sevo with the ball for the Eels. And Sevo will play at 15 out, tackled by Garlick. Gufferson now. This is Blake. Just over the 20. To imagine they'll get themselves in field goal range on this set. Marlowe with the ball, kicked 10 field goals in his career. Now Blake's got it. This is a cursed right side for Parramatta. Loomy gone, Pedersen gone, Blake now injured.
Junior Barlow in back play too with the trainer.
Gufferson has got one in the head on halfway. He's not going to get any help if he's playing for assistance. May just be one in the eye. Last tackle Parramatta. Probably didn't help Moses in setting up for the kick, the delay. Hasn't gone long. Richard reacts late, then knocks the ball off. I reckon the first one might have been knocked back, but the second one, he did his dash. He lost his cash. Advantage Parramatta.
Yeah, it wasn't the depth that Moses wanted, that's for sure. He was under huge pressure from Welch. and he just took his eyes off it for a split second, and then at the last minute, you could see Mooney saying, "It's yours, brother. You're going to take it."
Oh.
And
Nothing.
he couldn't hang on to it. And a massive opportunity, midfield scrum now for one of the best attacking sides in the competition. Where did Parramatta look to attack?
Surely, if they don't score, the field goal is the play. They're set. Save-o for the corner. Kick throw and score. Play one. 7 tackles at Melbourne. Parramatta.
I can't believe it. Mike Steve-o in the bar touched on him, kicked on play one. Brad can't believe it.
These two coaches,
He can't believe it.
He's bamboozled. Brad Harper. Great Bellamy.
My God.
Calling for Panadol. Just help him out. Give him a hug. Give him a stress ball. The Storm have lost it. Leandro has lost the ball now. Oh, great Bellamy. You want to be a coach on this. This is a circus. 3 plays in a row now. In the space of a minute. You have it. You have it. No, you have it. Parramatta again. You've got to challenge. You challenge. You don't do this. Don't you?
Well,
give it something.
I know you're in the front row spot, but you've got to challenge that. 4.5 minutes to go. All right, will they get another go at Parramatta?
They did lose their challenge early. Remember Jerome Hughes? They did he not earlier in the game? Parramatta Brown offloading. Cartwright. 4 minutes to go. 12 all. Mind you, even a field goal here doesn't get Parramatta home. Campbell Gillard with the ball. Aaron is up. Newcomers to the club. Trying to win their first match here. Hudson. Hopgood. He's worked so well tonight. Moses the man. The field goal kicker. Gutherson might step up as well. Campbell Gillard, big run.
All indicators on the right hand side for Parramatta.
10 metres out from the line. Hodgson back to Moses. Loaded up. Ball glances high.
Oh, I think I've gone point. I think I'm point. Eventually there's 3 minutes left. Which Moses almost went for.
Moses cannot believe it. He had time. And they race up. And I think it's Garlic, is it? That gets the final touch. That's for the Solomona it is. And a great loop from Katoa over the top of Brown. Huge play from the big front row. That's for the Solomona to put there. Sprint.
And first game of the year, could we get goal points?
6 minutes into the contest. Look at Hodgson demanding ball.
So I think it's okay to use the word knackered.
Yeah, he's knackered.
But if you guys know, I am backing Eels on this game because Eels bait Storm most times in the Storm. I bet Eels are for sure. And plus, I never liked the Storm.
Quick play of the ball. Off goes Beatty for Melbourne. Good minutes for the Storm. Last tackle play. If they're thinking 1 pointer, it's 40 metres out. Centre field, back it goes. A little bit of dancing. Munster's got a kick. Falls over. Parramatta with the ball.
That was the worst possible option for the Melbourne Storm. If they couldn't get the drop goal away, they had to get the ball into the corner. Parramatta now are going to finish this set with Moses within range of field goal.
Gutherson with a 1 field goal in his career. That was extra time to beat the Raiders back in 2020. Moses with 10 in the career. Now for Campbell Gillard. Straight Renrod, straight that was from RCG. 2 tackles left in the set. Hopgood knows.
Oh, Mitch Moses have to go here. This is Mitch Moses.
Hobson, back for Brown. They're going to run it. Brown kept it alive. Lost forward, but it can't run.
Why did they run it?
Has anyone rehearsed a field goal play in the off-season? Now Melbourne over the sideline. I don't think with advantage. There's just under 2 to go, and Melbourne will have the ball.
Well, Moses needed the ball there. Now they're rushing out. He's shaking his head.
Yo, chap. I can't believe it. Mitch Moses was right in position, 30 meters out. and they just try to run it. I cannot believe they just try to run it. Like Mitchell Moses and said it was like Mitchell Moses. They knew Mitchell Moses were ready, and they still tried to run it. Like, bruh.
And they're going to get ready. Melbourne loading up. And it's a really hard straight carries. Just got to get them inside the Parramatta half. Toddle Peters ready to come back on. McDonald another good run. That's 3 in a row from Melbourne. Play the ball though. Oh, penalty Melbourne. Penalty still.
You heard that? McDonald, tough carry in behind the ruck. Split the defenders. Oh, they get a challenge.
You're going to have a captain's challenge from Parramatta, disputing the decision of ruck interference.
And a breather. Whew.
Yeah, they believe that he's put it outside the ruck area.
So Josh Hodgson, they're all watching the screen. They're all going to play.
When you get a defender left on the ground like that, it means you've carried with intent, you've got the right to play the footy and not have someone walk through the
The
ruck.
Melbourne player is just getting up to play the ball on the mark. Josh Hodgson comes back through the ruck and knocks the ball out, causing ruck interference. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So in that case, yes, there was the ball play, but there was then deliberate contact with the man playing the ball. If it's accidental, if he puts it down and they bumps it and loses control, they will go against the attacking team. But that time, they have ruled deliberate foul against Parramatta. You saw no matters at all in the touch fight.
Well, does Bellamy's legacy live on? 18 years straight, they have not lost a round one game since 2004.
They are 10 minutes inside the half. McDonald takes the first run. This will be the last set of regulation time. Melbourne have one assignment. Put themselves in position, you would reckon, for a Munster shot. Back it goes. Munster with it. He scoops it up. It's nowhere near the target. It's
Golden point.
He's with the ball. He's back to the field play. And barring disaster. Well, Michael trying to get an invoice for overtime already. Parramatta with the ball and a penalty. Oh, way to get down.
Moses will land this on the 50 mil, and then you'll take, look at this. Look at this.
Okay.
2-point field goal.
So just step up, take the shot. What have you got to lose? Step up and take the shot. From wherever. Oh, they're going to get ball. They're going to block from 3 minutes inside their own half. Jefferson knocks it back. Picked up by Carly. He's offloaded. Munster then passes off the ground. Was he held? Should it have been a penalty? You tell me.
It had to be a penalty.
Warbrick's got the ball. He runs it out the back. Oh, there you go. Pick your infringement. Put him in a hat. But none will blow. Oh, the drama. The game of rugby league. This is how we got to this stage. 12 ball. Parramatta and Melbourne through 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard with Nick Meaney. Just after half time, beautiful work from Green out of dummy half, who had an electric start to the second half. Got Melbourne their first try, and then it was Hodgson who's had a hand in both Parramatta tries, just streaming across the field. Munster, a poor defensive breed, that opened the space for Barlow. He got the footy down, they led 12-6, and then Munster at his absolute magical best. Joey Gasson was sort of running back on the inside, being Boozle, the right edge of Parramatta's defensive line, and the charge there from Vic Nelson. Moments before full time, and then Munster just with a bludger of an attempt, to be honest, sprayed it, and it was all level at the end of full time, and we go goal point in the opener, the season opener. Can you believe it?
I'll tell you this, in the history of Melbourne, in their golden point games, they've never won it with anything other than field goal or penalty. 8 times of the 9 games they've won in extra time, they've done it with a field goal. Parramatta, well, the lone win with a try is the Raystone moment from last year. Golden Point, these two clubs, round 3 at Amy Park last year. How's Raystone having watching this? Can't wait to watch him in action for the Dolphins on Sunday.
Well, what do we get to do?
Okay. Gordon goes back in the pocket. 12 all. So Moses with 10. Douglason with 1. Munster with 3. Is there anyone else you want to throw into the mix that could nab the 1 pointer here to win it for their side?
Right, Hughes had a pretty impressive night. Certainly an option. But you get the feeling it's been a night of the big guns. Hodgson's had some nice touches, so too far off. Munster, Hughes, Grant, the big guns have shone.
Straight after this, the late show with Benny Johns. The crew are standing by to pick up the ball and run with it. With a little bit of review on this one as well, and a whole of the laughs to bring you home on a Thursday night. From Combank Stadium, this is the benchmark attention for the season.
How good. Oh, we were looking forward to it, Andrew. It has been an absolute belter.
What about this? The rugby league now goes longer than the cricket. That's incredible. So Melbourne to kick off into extra time. Who gets a genuine shot? Parramatta had one right on half time. Moses is probably cursing the misconversion from the first half. Campbell Gillard with the ball for Parramatta.
Just saw at the bottom of the screen there, Will Penasini looks to be coming back into the action with Parramatta.
What's up, guys? By the way, if you guys just got to stream, it is a golden point. Yeah, first golden point of the year. Matter of fact, it's the first game of the year between the Parramatta and the Melbourne Storm, and we have golden points right now.
Nelson shortens him up. Garlic went low. 10 minutes inside their own half. Here's up to play number 5. Hopgood, risky offload. Jefferson with it. Jefferson. Breakfast the same. It's a last tackle play. Parramatta. Quick play the ball. Short side. Moses. Kick along the ground. Betts is up big. And he's with it for Melbourne. So Storm's turning possession. 1 minute into extra time.
Positionally, he's been excellent, hasn't he? Nick Meany tonight. He's mirrored everywhere Mitch Moses has been.
Cross for Munster. Now for Hughes. Hughes has through the hole. Offloads. Katoa halfway. Hopgood with tackle number 54. Munster again. It's the 4th play of the set. 15 metres made by Munster. It is their chance to get the first step. Another good play. This is good set up. They're ready to go, Melbourne. Grant with the service. Back for Meany. He's the new one on the scene. He drags it across the face. That wasn't all that flash. So that was the new field goal man.
Yeah, he was a great set from the Melbourne Storm. Hughes and Munster really stepping up.
So also Nick Meany can take a shot. So Nick Meany could take a field goal shot as well, because he knows how to do it, and he knows how to get the range to do it, but he just doesn't have the right angle. Like, he can get the range, he just can't. Like, I think that's his first time he ever tried to kick one as well. So Nick Meany could kick a field goal as well.
Melbourne have come up with a ball. Uses with it. Harper's just had his 5th better goal. Melbourne's down as 4. He scores a level at 12. Good meters there by Woodbridge. First game in the NRL, he might be a winner. Garlic has done some good work. They're 20 away. Surely it's Munster this time. Grant with the ball. They don't need to get any closer than this. Welsh to play it. They're right in front of the sticks. Munster to the right. Grant goes for a scamper. Harry Grant has scored for Melbourne. Harry Grant has gone over for the Storm on hands and knees. The first time they hit the front in the match. He's 83 minutes into the contest. And Harry Grant has scored for Melbourne. and the run of King Craig Bellamy. And first round victories continues, and the Parramatta Hearts are broken.
Harry Grant came out of a cannon in the second half, charging and screaming through the middle of the field. And in Golden Point, when all was set up to that right-hand side, it's Grant putting the Melbourne Storm on his own back, gets out of dummy half, boots are tired, Hopgood. Campbell Gillard lunges, he crawls, scrapes, and pulls himself towards the goal line. Harry Grant, you're a star. What a moment for Harry Grant. And the Melbourne Storm legacy lives on.
Oh, wow. Call that Raystone redemption night for Melbourne. They score a try in Golden Point. What a start to the 2023 season. Thank you, Melbourne.
Well,
Thank you, Parramatta.
I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's stream, boys. But yeah, peace out. Catch you guys in the next one.